Hey, what's happening? This your boy Rikishi, your WWE Hall of Famer. Check this out. I want you to keep it locked on Smart Tank Revolution. Don't touch that dial. Why? The big man said I back that ass up on it.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at two. I am your host, the benevolent, intelligent, excellent, and eloquent Mr. Donnie Wonderful. And I wanted to go over an article written by the Sportster. I'm sorry, from the Sportster, written by a Michael Weyer. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But the title of this article is The 10 Most Satisfying Heel Losses in Wrestling History, ranked. And the thumbnail that you see in the video is the thumbnail that we see. If you go to the website, I just want to go over this because, and we're going over this live and unedited and uncut. And what I'm doing here is seeing if I agree. Now, I'm pretty sure since he has wrestling history, I'm not sure how far back he's going to go. But I will say if I don't agree with it, and I guess I would have to see the whole list before, but then that would eliminate the element of surprise. So I'm just going to reference um I think I'm mainly going to reference like WWF/WWE, maybe WCW here or there. There's one in particular that I'm thinking for ECW. If you're an ECW fan, I think this one was highlighted on their DVD. As a matter of fact, should make this list when Tommy Dreamer won the title where he pinned Raven. That definitely should be on here. I believe Tommy Dreamer didn't even want to be the champion, but there was I guess the circumstances behind that. What happened? I think Raven was about to head over to WCW or something of that nature. But I remember that being huge, especially if you followed that feud. And I'm happy to see that Triple H is here. So usually when these thumbnails have these rivaling pictures, that's the start and the end, or basically, 10-1. And I'm pretty sure they're going to follow this formula. But Triple H, and I do want to give Paul Levesque his credit here during his career. He played a great heel, and when he lost, he had it coming. So I'm going to save a few, but I think that he should be on this list more than once. I think he should definitely be on this list more than once. Flair should be on this as well, but I'm thinking to whom? Um, okay, let's just get into it. Let's see. All right, so ranked, and I'm gonna leave the link to the website in the description box for you all to check it out again. This is the 10 most satisfying heel losses in wrestling history, ranked by Michael Weyer from the Sportster. Okay, so at number 10, Batista's triple win over Triple H. And they reference WrestleMania 21, which I agree with 100%. Backlash 2005, the um the rematch. I vaguely remember that. Vengeance 2005, I don't remember that being as gratifying as WrestleMania 21. But the setup to WrestleMania 21 was for those two was really 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 good, and I don't mind that being number 10 as long as there's other Triple H matches on here. Um, I guess it's too early in the game to pull out a replacement card, but let's see what they got at number 9. And I guess since I'm going over this, you guys don't need to read it, but in between they have the bullet points. Batista won a disputed 2005 Royal Rumble, yada yada yada. And I don't want to read the article, but it does actually have some great liner notes to it. I encourage you all to read this and get brushed up on history. So number 9, this is interesting. Okay, I just mentioned this. WrestlePalooza '97. Raven and Shane Douglas got exactly what they deserve. Yes. Okay. I don't mind that. So, well, kind of expected, due to the thumbnail, Batista and Triple H to be either 10 or number one. But right now, I like this. I like this. Tommy Dreamer, winning the title, where he finally pins Raven. That's a great spot for number 9. All right, let's see. Number 8, CM Punk cashes in on Edge. Interesting. Okay. Okay. I do remember this. Um, see, here's the thing. Edge was a great heel too, and you wanted him to get his. But I would have I like this. I really do like this. But Edge, Undertaker defeating Edge at WrestleMania was more gratifying. I think that should go here. This is during the time where the streak was still it was still active, and you knew the Undertaker was had more years behind him than he had in front of him. It wasn't, he wasn't making spotty appearances by then. He still was somewhat in between full and part time, but he was definitely active still. And Edge was the young and edgier, pun intended, wrestler who, the rated R superstar, was just a great heel. And word around the campfire is that was the night the streak was supposed to end, but Edge didn't want to do it. Shout out to you, Adam Copeland. He didn't need it, but damn, that would have been great for him. That would have been great for him, and the fact that he was such a smug heel, man. Oh man, I think I do like this at 8, but I would replace it CM Punk with Taker in Edge, which I believe was also no, WrestleMania 21 was Randy Orton and Taker. I don't remember. What is it, WrestleMania 22? Somebody correct me in the comment sections. Okay, let's go down to number 7. Magnum TA makes Tully Blanchard quit. This is before me, so I would have to take their word for it. But if I had to add a number 7, I think I'll go the safe bet and insert a Triple H match here. Um, as a Bret Hart fan, I thoroughly enjoyed SummerSlam 1992 when Shawn Michaels' first match back came back and defeated Triple H. Thought that that was a wrestling marvel. I was just in awe. He was gone for at that time 4 years, and that was his first match back. No warm ups, no tune ups. Sean was great, and it was an anything goes match. And I actually enjoyed watching Sean beat Triple H, especially after the betrayal, because Hunter was really great at that. And I liked Triple H as a babyface too, but like his heel stuff, I'm telling you, like for anything I don't agree with, I can easily find a Triple H match on here that would suffice. Well, in my mind, that would suffice. So number 6, this is interesting. Okay, Malenko's mass deception on Jericho for the Cruiserweight Championship. Okay, good. Because this was this Nitro? I think this was Nitro. The WCW Cruiserweight division from 1996 to about 1999 was must-see TV. I didn't care where they were bringing these luchadors in. I don't if they had a mask, I was watching. If you weren't alive or a wrestling fan at that time, or you missed that, if you stopped to go get a snack, and they didn't have TiVo back then. I hope you had that old school VCR and was hitting record. You got to go back and see that. I remember Nitro, the cruiserweight division matches were so good on TNT. Nitro used to come on. First it was 1 hour, then it was 2, then it was 3 hours. But they used to run a replay of that around 1 a.m. And Mom, if you're listening, all that ruckus, one the neighbors, like I was saying, that was me sneaking down to the living room to watch Nitro again. specifically for that match. I would timestamp when I would see it. Not 9:46. All right, come on at one. I already know where I'm gonna be at 2:46. I want to see that again. So, and this I do remember. I do remember. Should it be on the list? I'm gonna leave it on here because I think this is really glossed over. People really pick at Dean Malenko's lack of charisma, but what he lacked in charisma, he made up for it in wrestling. And he was the man of 1,000 holds and all. Even that walk to the ring as he adjusted his wrist tape, everything looked menacing, and his wrestling style to me was impeccable. He's just short, and that's mean for me to say, seeing that I'm 6'4". But I don't have a problem with this. I really don't have a problem with this because I'm glad to see it mentioned. So number six, yeah, that's good. Okay, number five. I'm not mad at this one either. Mick Foley wins the big one. Yes. Yes. It says taped on December 29th, 1998. This was an impromptu rematch from the previous month's Rock Bottom pay-per-view. Mick Foley and Mick Foley as well, he was Mankind here. Mankind as a babyface was able to draw so much sympathy, considering that he was such a monster and a weirdo when he debuted. And that feud with The Undertaker really made him. I never seen anybody take The Undertaker to the max like that. And I still remember to this day, Boiler Room Brawl, how much that surprised me and seeing Taker really max out, so to speak. And then, you know, he went from that to being a darling babyface. So I equate it to Mike Tyson. How Mike Tyson as a boxer, especially in the 80s, 90s, the most feared man in boxing or the most dangerous man. I don't remember the moniker, but Iron Mike Tyson was no joke. You would if you stepped on his shoe, you would instantly walk him into a CVS and buy the cleaner and do it for him. But like now, Mike Tyson is you see his sensitivity. He's more like a darling, and I think that's a perfect parallel for mankind in this era. And then The Rock was just this is golden Rock. You a piece of crap. Yeah, like grabbing the announcer headset while while he's wrestling. This was epic right here, man. Like for both of them, and I actually will agree with that. I do remember jumping up and down when Foley won the title, and I guess I want to add just a 5A, so to speak. Do you guys remember the first time when Chris Jericho uh technically beat Triple H on Raw? And I think Earl Hebner gave it a fast count, and they reversed it later. But that was another one of those jump for joy moments. I believe that was 1999, if I'm not mistaken, or 2000. The year escapes me, but if you guys remember that, what did you guys think of that? If you remember it and lived through it, do you remember your reaction? That was the first time Chris Jericho had won a heavyweight title. It was a fast count. It was something crazy, and, and they reversed. Oh, but that gave me the same type of gratifying feeling to see a heel lose. So I don't mind this at number five. Let's see. Number four, the Dragon slays the Macho Man. Okay, Ricky Steamboat. This is WrestleMania 3. And there's a video on this channel where I say the greatest intercontinental title match was Mr. Perfect and Bret Hart at SummerSlam 1991. And that's my biased opinion because I'm a huge Bret Hart mark. Everybody has said, and even in the comments there, if you go back to that video, they reference Steamboat and Savage. So I can't argue the history of this here. At number four, I don't remember um, the celebratory opinions of the fans that watched it. I didn't come along until I think my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 8. That was the first one that I actually remember as it was happening. But you know, of course, Savage and Steamboat. This match were began the careers of so many of the legends that we love. Or it if it didn't begin their career, if it didn't give birth to their career, so to speak, it definitely influenced a lot of wrestlers, a lot of WWE legends. So if they have it at number four, um, I'm not gonna deny it. But now I'm thinking, okay, so what I mentioned earlier with the thumbnail, so I'm waiting to see Honky Tonk Man and the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, because I guess that's significant. But I guess that's going to be number one if it's not next. So let's see what's next. Number three, Goldberg achieves victory over Hogan. Okay, another one that I was around for. I loved. They said that this was the ratings for this was extremely high, but it was a booking mistake putting it on Nitro instead of a pay-per-view. I agree with both of them. Oh, sorry, that's Stephen A. Smith. Uh, that's my phone. Let me put this on silent. Um, but nevertheless, yes, an undefeated United States champion Bill Goldberg gets a shot at Hollywood Hulk Hogan during the peak of in the NWO era, and the writings were on the wall. Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, was going to get his, and Bill Goldberg was going to be the man to recapture the title for WCW and stick their flag on the ground proudly. I remember this. I don't have a problem with this. The significance of it was phenomenal, aka AJ Styles. Don't have a problem with that. Is so all right. So okay, Ultimate Warrior Honky Tonk Man is gonna be number one. All right, but like over this? Hmm. I don't know. Let's see. All right. So I guess surprise me. What's number two? Hulk Hogan attains Hulkamania over the Iron Sheik. Oh, okay. So honestly, when this happened, I was still swimming around. But it was the beginning of Hulkamania. I love how this is actually titled. Hulk Hogan attains Hulkamania over the Iron Sheik. So my first pay-per-view, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Also, you made it this far, please hit the like button. But my first pay-per-view that I watched live and that I also taped and watched over and over and over was SummerSlam 1991. And I remember pay-per-view had a documentary, what would be something similar to Dark Side of the Ring today. And it featured Hulk Hogan and it showed footage of him wrestling the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden and winning the belt for the first time. So, fast forward, that was the title that he held for 4 years. Ironically, the record that Roman Reigns will inevitably, if he has not already conquered. But yes, so the significance of that, yeah. But then he also puts the night Hulkamania was truly born. And if that's number two, obviously, the Ultimate Warrior and Honky Tonk Man, yep, is number one. But the significance of that, of those two, should be flopped, should be flip flop, so to say. Um, but now, man, so yeah, the Ultimate Warrior crushes Honky Tonk Man. His intercontinental title reign finally ended. It was historical. I kind of like that he went here with it, giving the IC title championship some shine here on this list. Um, Now I'm trying to think of what I would replace it with, and I just think I'm too far gone now. I would say gratifying heel loss. Me personally, Stone Cold Steve Austin defeating Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 14, I was in section 308, and I came specifically for that to get some type of respite some type of retribution for that BS that happened in Montreal. Um, man, even ironically, WrestleMania 20 and WrestleMania 30, uh, the the main events, um, with Triple H, and Triple H opened the show again. Benoit winning was huge then, and the manner in which he did it, making him tap, and then Brian Danielson was Daniel Bryan at that time, wrestling Triple H to open the show, and then winning. That was really big too, and they both deserve to be on this list. Um, man, for what it's worth, even though there was a lot of confusion about it, I'm going to throw a Vince Russo one in here and go Bash at the Beach 2000, Booker T defeating Jeff Jarrett, because we all didn't know what was going on. And when he said Booker T, so, oh, this is going to be interesting. And when Booker T won, I couldn't wait for Nitro the next day. So yeah, we have that one. I do also want to mention. I don't know where this would go, but it would have to be an honorable mention here. WrestleMania 8, Randy Savage defeats Ric Flair for the WWF title, and the story behind that. Whatever happened to that picture that they were supposed to show? Remember they had the picture of Ric Flair poolside with Miss Elizabeth, and they said I think she denied it. She denied being there. This is before the technology. Like, we didn't know anything about Photoshop then. Like, we weren't even on DOS back then. How is that possible? You know, how would that have been possible? There was supposed to be a picture. There was supposed to be a grand reveal. I'd never seen it. I felt robbed, but I felt happy that Savage was able to beat Ric Flair and save his girl. He said this girl. Man, another one. Gosh, WrestleMania 7 against Savage again. The career match. Savage versus the Ultimate Warrior, and then you know everything that happened after the bell really made it gratifying. And like Warrior staying, Savage is going, but Savage is going riding off the sunset with his girl yet again. Sherry's gone. Elizabeth, like that whole thing was the Young and the Restless after the bell. You got the fans crying and all that. Like the women all tearing up. Yeah, but I'm saying like that was gratifying. Final both ways. You deserve to be here. Um, Let me think. Oh man. Listen. A match that definitely deserves to be on this top 10. Night one main event last year. The Usos versus Sammy and Kevin Owens. And I'm not gonna even brainstorm anymore, Matt. I know I can, but for that build up and that payoff, when Sammy and Kevin won those undisputed tag belts, that was very gratifying. The first dent in the armor of the bloodline, that was extremely gratifying. That's not the word they used. What he said, satisfying. That was a satisfying heel loss, and that was a great match. It was a hell of a match, a way to end night one of WrestleMania last year. And on that note, before I go on another 20-minute tangent, I'm gonna stop right there. I am going to stop right there. Hope you all made it this far. Please like the video, share. Please accept our invitation to subscribe to our channel for more content. And the link to this article will be in the description. And until next time, ladies, gentlemen, supporters, it's Donnie Wonderful signing off.